Jury going into deliberation, 6 men, 6 women, just about 9 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago at this point. Again, in the case of 21-year-old Derek Lamond Walton, who's accused in a drive-by shooting on April 4th, 2019 that injured 2 people, including 5-year-old Kamaya Edwards. Now today, the third day of this trial, was primarily testimony from defense witnesses, including Walton himself, who testified that he and the car's driver were involved in a check cashing scheme with people who were at that home, but that day they had been at the home, picked up a check, but they couldn't cash it, and they were heading back at that time of the shooting to return it. But when they got there, they heard gunshots, and he told the driver to keep going. Now, Walton also testified that he was in the front passenger seat of the car and that a third person was in the back, which is the opposite of what the driver testified to yesterday. Now, Walton also admitted on the stand that he lied to police when he was initially questioned about this, but he said he was doing so because he did not want to be implicated in this check cashing scheme. Now, he also testified that the gun that was later recovered from that car that he was in during a traffic stop was one that belonged to the third person in the car. Meanwhile, again, we heard from the driver in that he heard gunshots that came from the back in the car, and he placed Walton in the back of the car. Now, closing arguments this afternoon was defense and prosecution saying why their witnesses should be believed and the others should not, with the defense saying that no one ever put a gun in Walton's hand and not to convict an innocent man, while the prosecution said that Walton lied to police to get out of trouble, then changed his story in court when he saw the evidence that the prosecution had before them, and that his new story stretches credulity. Again, now in the hand of a jury of 6 men and 6 women who just began deliberation.